sign a cultural contract. If nothing else, it makes you aware of how you are speaking, the tone of your emails, and the respect that you show each other. It's really about behavior, and it is a value-based approach to leadership. It's a commitment that guides the behavior in dealing with others, employees, the public, and each other. I think you've got this sheet in front of you, and what I did was just to provide an example of what the Dial Corporation in Scottsdale, they make each of their employees sign this regardless of whether they are management or not. It is printed on the back of their business cards. Called public were appalled at the behavior that they were observing, and found the need to address us about civility and how we talk to each other and how we treat each other.
Microphone, sir.
Councilman Vanik.
Yes.
My question to you is, what behavior do you brought up that you object to on the council?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Councilman Coady. I have in front of me an email that could serve as a poster child for what a cultural contract would not allow. This is an email from you responding to the man who opened the hot dog stand. May I share this with
you? Sure can.
The resident
let me just interject for a second. You said at a council meeting, you didn't mention an email, but feel free to mention that email.
Well, it encompasses all...
No, excuse me. You said action and behavior on the council, which would be this council that we're sitting
well,
on.
Well, if you want me to give you some action on council, the night that you told the mayor that he lied, I thought that was a little out of control.
Well, he did. And I'll stand by that. I'm sorry, personally. I think this agenda item is infantile, insulting, and demeaning to everyone on this council. We are a municipality, not a business.
Oh, I hope we're running our town like a business, Bob.
Well, yeah, that's minutiae.
It was, in fact, because of many reports that I have heard from staff of poor, disrespectful treatment toward them that made me think about this. It was not that the staff was doing anything unprofessional, unethical, immoral, or disrespectful. When you have council people threatening jobs, when you have council people who don't return phone calls, who don't give them the time of day. So let's just say that in addition to the behavior that had gone on in this chamber, and to include the call to publics, which made us aware that we were not coming across very well, it was in fact reports from staff on how they were not being treated properly. So this has nothing to do with the staff in my mind. But if we're going to do this as a collective body of people working together, we include everyone.
Lynn Hitchens, 6125 East Little Hope Place. I would just like to make a clarification. I was at the meeting where Councilman Coady said that you would not be telling the truth. And it was not addressed to anything that you said at that meeting. It was addressed to something that he thought you would possibly say at a future meeting. So it had nothing to do with anything that you had said. Thank you.
There's several municipalities local here that have code of ethics. I don't think many don't have a code of ethics, and it applies to employees, it applies to contract employees, it applies to commissioners, it applies to council. And I'll be glad to do the research and accumulate all that information, put a matrix together that illustrates who it applies to, and then provide a little summary and give it to you, the council, and you can decide what you want to do with it at that point in time.
I think you found a way to move us forward on this. What I'd like to suggest is we continue this agenda item to an indefinite date in the council. Mr. Neese is working on some things that need to get done quickly, but I'd rather he work on first. And
yeah, that's fine. That's a great idea. Like, are we all in agreement on that?
I'd like a motion to continue this to an indefinite future time pending Mr. Neese's report.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of continuing this to an indefinite future date signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Yeah. This is just too much government involvement for me, and I'm not going to support it if it comes to fruition, and I certainly won't sign it. I vote no. I think it should be taken off the table forever. But
Thank you, but I think I heard that the ayes have it. And
I am
the nays,
outvoted, that's not a problem.
to it.